Guys, here we are. Here we are back at base and going to make our way home. What day is it? It's the 1st of August and I'm feeling a little bit ropey after last night. But we move. Gosh, so much to reflect on from yesterday's game. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. I'm going to get my brother to do a nice big snazzy edit of all the content I picked up along the way and do a nice big vlog. As you can see, my skin's still having a hard time. Thought maybe the Australian sun would make it nice, but no. Just a new look for me here. But yeah, shall we just reflect on Ireland's last hurrah at this World Cup? Firstly, I'd like to point out that they've just not looked out of place, you know, and Ireland, like the world rankings, I guess I like to focus on them quite a lot because it's a good number to throw out, but they had a really tough group, you know, it was a bit of a group of death. Nigeria, I think, are better than ranked 40. You know, all works as the way that then they were seeded as well. Ireland played 2 top 10 teams in the world in the group, including the co-hosts and including the Olympic champions. And I just feel that they gave themselves a point to prove, and they looked great. I just feel that they had so much to offer, and it's a shame they're out. And then also at the same time I look and go, well, had you put money on them getting out of the group? I mean, that was that would have been an incredible achievement. What would have been nice, I guess, would be to have come away today, you know, with a win, you know, a win against Nigeria. Nigeria sat back yesterday, kind of laid off, you know, which was a bit unusual, but it allowed Ireland to kind of dominate the ball and dominate possession and give, you know, players the opportunity to give a good account of themselves as well. So that was great. I'm trying not to have TVs in the background because otherwise I think I'll get a strike for that. So you can't see any TVs now. Can you see any TVs now? Yeah, okay, that's perfect. So yeah, no, there's a lot to take away, but what about the press conference, eh? I was in it when, so having now seen Vera Pauw in the last few press conferences, I get that it's a tough job for a manager to have to lose games or, you know, have an expectation of how they want games to go or how they think things are going to go, and then to come in and sit and face the press who are really looking for lines or looking to see a manager rattled. And, you know, there's very little thanks when you're in that job, and I know that as a manager's life, and that's football. But I actually felt for her a wee bit in that press conference last night when she came in. There was a huge delay to the press conference starting. It didn't start till like 5 to 11. I remember thinking, right, come on, let's go. Anyway, I believe she'd been doing a sit down with interview with somebody else before the press conference. Anyway, she came in, everything was fine. She was being asked a lot about Nigeria from Nigerian press and how well Vera thinks they'll do in the tournament, etc. Now they are through to the last 16, and then one of the Irish journalists had brought up the point that Katie McCabe had been quite animated in making sure that subs were made during the game, as if she was very angry about that, as in Katie was showing like her anger and emotions on the pitch about that. And then it went frosty because Vera was like, well, she's not the manager, I am the manager. And I was like, girly. And everyone was a bit like, and it's true. She is the manager. Katie is not the manager. But then it like kind of leads to the things that you're maybe seeing online today. You know, is there a divide, all that kind of thing. It's typical now, a tournament's over, you're probably going to start hearing and seeing different things that you didn't know during the tournament or before it, and that is how things often go. And whatever happens with Vera now, she's confident she's going to be at homecoming on Thursday in Dublin, and she's confident that she wants to be the Ireland manager. She wanted that contract tied down and the security before she went to the World Cup, and the FAI didn't give it. I don't know how now, after those little frosty moments last night, you know, it feels like there is something there. how she gets that contract moving forward. But also at the same time, I think she has done a good job in getting them there. You know, there's pros and cons kind of thing, but we wait and see. We would know that very, very soon, I would imagine. But can we just oh, by the way, the kind of friends and family do last night. I got friends and family, did you see it? And it was very nice. It was very nice. Everyone was having a good old time, and you know, sad for Ireland to be out and gone, but there was a nice feeling and there's a nice vibe there, a nice group of people, shall we say, in the room last night. And getting to see Courtney Brosnan getting her Player of the Match award was just wonderful, because she's such a nice person and her family are so nice, and she had 24 friends and family who travelled from New Jersey to see her play. So to see her get a Player of the Match award in their final game, I thought was pretty special, like a really lovely moment for her family to have. And funnily enough, before the game I was sitting having a curry with my dad and my uncle, and Courtney's mum came over. We had a lovely chat and they were just in such good spirits, and I thought, oh, how nice that they get to have that moment. And Courtney's grandparents, who are 83 and 84, had travelled over for the first 2 games in Sydney and Perth, and you know, a senior age, got to see her play football, and you know, some lovely things, some lovely moments from the Ireland camp, that's for sure, and a good group. Amber Barrett, she might be one of my favourites. She got up and started a good old sing-along last night, the Irish Rover in the fields of Athenry. It was lovely, good fun, good group, and everyone should be really, really proud of themselves with Ireland, really, really proud. And naturally I need to give my heartfelt pride and congrats to Rush, because I think she's had a really good tournament, and she had 1 goal on her list after a bad season of injuries and having absolutely no luck. It was just try and start at the World Cup. That was her 1 goal, just try and get into the starting 11 at the World Cup. And it didn't look likely, it didn't look possible. You know, it didn't look like it looked like she could have been out, you know, out of the Irish team, considering how little she'd played in the year. But she made sure she was there. She worked her socks off, really worked her socks off, and it makes me think, oh, you can, you know, put your mind to anything. You can do what it is you need to do and fulfil. And she got into the starting lineup not once but 3 times, and to get her sing the national anthem and watch her belt it out the way she did with such pride and respect for Ireland, I thought it was really, really special to see, and I'm very happy for her that she got that moment, the moment that she set our target on to go and get. And I think she, statistically wise, has done very well in the tournament as well. So fair play to you, Kass. I saw her this morning before I left for the airport, and I think Harriet Scott had drawn a number of things all over Rush's body, a number of things. Maybe you'll see pictures, but I doubt you will. But just use your imagination as to what Harriet might have drawn on Rush's body. Very good fun. And I think she can maybe in about 6 o'clock. I don't know. I was very good, you see. I went to my bed at 4. I was so clever with a McDonald's. But yeah, good night. In reflection, great experience, and unlucky for Ireland, but they set a good example. They didn't look out of place. Now they have to go and qualify for the Euros, and that'll be the important thing, all about that progression. But now listen, I must go, because you must be thinking, what a terrible video. What a terrible video this is, just sitting in the airport on your phone like this. But we're running out of budget now, peeps. Anyway, you can let me know your thoughts, and don't forget to like and subscribe.